Episode 28, Live Human Experiments as Part of the CCP's Genocide.
各位观众大家好
Greetings,
欢迎大
everyone.
家来到
Welcome to the
也正
Ironclad
在
Irrefutable
这个
Evidence series. Please don't forget to like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and share this program. This is a critical issue related to the well-being and security of each individual, every community, and the entire society. Thank you very much for your attention and support. During the persecution of Falun Gong, in addition to large-scale live organ harvesting, the Chinese Communist Party, CCP, is suspected of using Falun Gong practitioners to conduct human experiments and human subject tests, as well as using their bodies for autopsy lectures. The CCP has even gone as far as turning the remains of Falun Gong practitioners who were tortured to death into scientific specimens to be displayed around the world in body exhibitions. These pieces of evidence demonstrate from a different perspective that the total number of slaughtered Falun Dafa practitioners is in fact greater than previously thought. The establishment of Jinzhou Research Center. One of the key implicated figures in the human experiments involving Falun Gong practitioners is Wang Lijun, former deputy mayor of Chongqing and former chief of the Public Security Bureau of Chongqing Municipality. On February 6, 2012, Wang Lijun abruptly visited the U.S. consulate in Chengdu to request political asylum, but his request was denied. The extensive media coverage of this incident made him known worldwide. Wang Lijun was the chief of police of Jinzhou from 2003 to 2008. In May 2003, shortly after his promotion, he established the on-site Psychology Research Center inside Jinzhou Public Security Bureau. In 2004, the Chinese state-owned broadcaster, China Central Television, reported that the center was supervised by the highest authority and was the only on-site psychology research center of the Chinese police. Despite having no medical background, Wang became the director, professor, researcher, and forensic expert of this research center, where the human death process during execution was studied. The research topics included the toxic residuals in different organs after lethal injection, a person's psychological changes when facing death, changes in vital signs shortly before and after death. Jinzhou On-Site Psychology Research Center stated that the following institutions participated in their research: Peking University, China Medical University, the PLA No. 205 Hospital, Jinzhou. According to Wang Lijun's own words, "As a police officer for so many years, I'm still shocked when I witnessed that after a person walks to the execution ground, a few minutes later, his life is extended to several other people. Obviously, the so-called on-site psychological research center is a site for human experiments on living people, including human organ transplantation." On September 17, 2006, Wang Lijun was granted the Guanghua Innovation Special Contribution Award from the China Guanghua Science and Technology Foundation, along with a research grant of 2 million yuan, about 300,000 US, for his projects, including how lethal injection affects the implanted organ quality. New preservation solution developed for organ harvesting. Ren Jinyang, the secretary of Guanghua Science and Technology Foundation, said Professor Wang Lijun and the research center have conducted fundamental research and clinical experiments on the possibility of organ transplantation after lethal injection. They also developed a new formula for a preservation solution, which makes transplants possible after in vivo and in vitro reperfusion treatment of liver and kidney tissues. Wang emphasized in his award speech that our scientific and technological achievements are based upon thousands of on-site experiments and the efforts of so many people. Jin Yang, the secretary of Guanghua Science and Technology Foundation, came to the front line right at our site, the Technical Anatomy Site and Organ Implantation Site. His speech revealed that the center used lethal injection to execute thousands of people between 2003 and 2006 for their research on organ transplantation. According to Amnesty International, between 2000 and 2008, The number of executions in China averaged 1,650 per year. Within those 2 years, how could a research center in a small city such as Jinzhou find thousands of people to do on-site lethal injection research? In 2008, after Wang Lijun was transferred to Chongqing, Wang set up a new on-site psychological research center, a joint project of Southwest University and Chongqing Public Security Bureau. After his arrest in 2012, this research center was closed. The establishment of Chongqing Research Center. Invention of brainstem impact machine. During his time in Chongqing, Wang Lijun led a team that invented the special instrument, primary brainstem injury impact machine, used to cause brain death. Its manual says, this new model can precisely and accurately cause primary brain injury to medium-sized animals. This machine consists of a base, a high-speed airgun, a long rod secondary hammer, and a fixed platform for animals, actually human heads. Under the impact of the airgun, the secondary hammer, metal ball, directly hits the skull to form a shockwave, which travels through the skull and reaches the inside of the brain, causing instant brain death, while maintaining breathing and heartbeat for a certain period of time. On August 15, 2012, the primary brainstem injury impact machine was patented by China National Intellectual Property Administration. This new model is an adaptive modification of the biological impactor, developed by the Institute of Surgery Research, Daping Hospital. In 2008, the Journal of Trauma Surgery published an article authored by Wang's co-inventors and introduced their previous model. The paper analyzed the brain injury from temporal impact and says 12 heads were selected, all adult male, aged 26 to 38. The BIM-2 bioimpactor provided by our institute is used to perform quasi-static impact on the left temporal bone under different impact conditions. The high-speed camera records the entire impact process, and the sequence image analysis method is used to calculate the precise speed and acceleration of the impact hammer at the moment of impact. The paper also says one of the purposes of their experiment was to explore the biomechanical mechanism of craniocerebral injury caused by temporal bone impact. In order to gather the information, they must have used living subjects. Therefore, the fresh corpses are suspected to be living humans. Other human subject testing projects. Wang Lijun had authored several academic papers, including Non-Invasive Anatomy, How Lethal Injection Affects the Transplanted Organ Quality, a study of the gastrointestinal transit time of northern Chinese women. As a police chief, the topic of one of his research papers was gastrointestinal transit time of North Chinese women. What's the purpose? Who were the subjects of this research? Phone investigation recordings. On May 22, 2006, a WOI-PFG investigator conducted a phone investigation on a first criminal court policeman from the Intermediate People's Court of Jinzhou City, where Wang Lijun had authority over. He said that they were still able to provide kidneys from Falun Gong practitioners. Subject of investigation: a court police officer from the Intermediate People's Court of Jinzhou. Date of investigation: May 22, 2006.
Hello, is this the first division of criminal law at the Intermediate People's Court of Jinzhou?
Correct.
I only know that since 2001, you have been obtaining kidneys from courts and detention centers from those who are young and healthy Falun Gong people. Now there are fewer such donors. So I don't know if your court is still able to provide such donors.
That depends on your situation. And we also have to discuss it with our superiors. If your conditions are good, we might still be able to provide it.
Is that okay?
Yes, depends on your conditions. Well, I will report your request to our director. And in case it is necessary, Our director will contact with you first.
In 2009, WOI-PFG published a testimony of a former policeman who witnessed a live organ harvesting case of a Falun Gong practitioner. He worked for the public security system, while Wang Lijun was in Jingzhou. We have explained this case in episode 1. The former policeman said in his testimony that Wang Lijun issued an execution order to completely exterminate Falun Gong practitioners. Since PLA 205 Hospital participated in Wang Lijun's project at Jinzhou On-Site Psychological Research Center, we suspect this hospital used Falun Gong practitioners' organs for transplants. In 2012, after the Wang Lijun incident, our investigators called Dr. Chen Rongshen to inquire about the source of their organs. Subject of investigation, Chen Rongshen, former director of the Urological Surgery Department of the PLA No. 205 Hospital in Jinzhou. Date of investigation, May 25, 2012.
Hello.
Hello, this is Chen Rongshan, the former director of the Urological Surgery Department of the People's Liberation Army No. 205 Hospital.
Yes. Who is this?
I'm from the Wang Lijun's investigation team. When Wang Lijun was at the Jinzhou Public Security Bureau, he built an on-site psychology research center which had some joint projects with the People's Liberation Army No. 205 Hospital. Can you tell me more about it? He had a project called How Lethal Injection Affects the Implanted Organ Quality, and the People's Liberation Army No. 205 Hospital was one of its partners. Please tell me more about this project. I mean, did you have some cooperation?
China Medical University also partnered with them.
Wang Lijun told us that some organ donors were detained Falun Gong practitioners. Is that true?
They were all arranged by the court.
By the court, right?
Yes.
That's to say that the Falun Gong people were provided by the prisons and labor camps.
I say. Don't talk about this matter with me, okay?
Because we are now...
If you want to talk to me, you contact the political department of the People's Liberation Army, No. 205 Hospital first, okay?
As you heard during our call, Dr. Chen Rongshen admitted that the organs were from Falun Gong practitioners and that their procurement was arranged by the court. We called him again 20 days later, and Dr. Chen Rongshen promised to keep the organ harvesting of Falun Gong practitioners a secret, indirectly admitting to the crime in the process.
Hello, is this Chen Yongshan, former director of the Urological Surgery Department of the PLA No. 205 Hospital?
Who is this?
I am the secretary for Wang Jia, the deputy minister of the Joint Health Services. The deputy minister wanted me to pass along a few words.
Oh, go ahead.
No matter who inquires, do not discuss anything about organ harvesting of Falun Gong practitioners for transplants. Can you do this?
Sure.
Did the nurses know the organs were from Falun Gong practitioners?
Who is this?
The deputy minister Wang said,
What's your name?
My name is Zhang Tao.
Is your name Zhang Tao?
Oh, the deputy minister specifically asked me to remind you.
Okay, I know.
Good. Please pass along this information to the other medical staff as well.
I'll mention it and tell them not to talk about it casually.
Right.
I got it, thanks.
Conducting deadly scientific experiments is just one of the ways the CCP exterminates Falun Gong practitioners. In our next episode, we will discuss our findings that the bodies of Falun Gong practitioners were plastinated and exhibited around the world for profit. Please continue to watch. Episode 29, The Truth Behind Plastinated Human Body Specimens. In particular, please note that this is a worldwide unrestricted war without gunpowder. The CCP's crime of live organ harvesting from Falun Gong practitioners not only continues, but has spread throughout society. For example, in 2013, a 6-year-old child, Little Binbin, in Shanxi, went missing. 2 days later, he was found with his eyes gouged out for his cornea. Dozens of university students in Wuhan disappeared for no reason in recent years, and countless children and women go missing every year. Live organ harvesting has become a threat to everyone. Perhaps, as we are talking, many kind and innocent people are being put onto operation tables for their organs. And also, many have been detained in dark prisons for many years, and their hearts, livers, and kidneys are waiting to be excised in an indescribably cruel way at any moment. How urgently they need rescue from the outside world. How excruciating it is for their parents, brothers, and sisters to bear the pain of missing their loved ones for years. Live organ harvesting signifies an unprecedented atrocity that has never existed on this planet. We cannot heartlessly ignore the fact that the Chinese Communist Party is ravaging and killing people. We cannot watch the CCP flagrantly destroy the bottom line of morality with lies, coercion, and financial lures that aim to silence and lead the entire human race to fundamental destruction without taking action. We urge everyone to like, subscribe, and spread the word about our program. Let your family, relatives, friends, neighbors, co-workers, and anybody else in your social circle know the facts of the CCP's mass organ harvesting from living Falun Gong practitioners. Please tell the whole world the truth and stand together to put a stop to the CCP's crimes against humanity. This is a critical issue related to the well-being and security of each individual, every community, and our entire society. Thank you very much for your attention and support.
感谢各位朋友，感谢大家的关注支持。
World Organization to Investigate the Persecution of Falun Gong, WOIPFG, was founded on January 20th, 2003. It is based in New York with branches in Europe, Australia, Asia, and Canada. WOIPFG's mission is to investigate the criminal conduct of all institutions, organizations, and individuals involved in the persecution of Falun Gong. To bring such investigations, no matter how long it takes, no matter how far and deep we have to search, to full closure, to exercise fundamental principles of humanity, and to restore and uphold justice in society. The principle of our investigation holds that those who have committed crimes shall be brought to justice. Individuals shall bear the same responsibility for their involvement in their organization's crimes, and those instigating the persecution shall bear the same responsibility of those who have physically carried out the persecution. We intend to uproot state-sanctioned crimes and safeguard human morality. The criminal conduct of all individuals within organizations, units, and departments involved in the persecution will be thoroughly investigated and brought to justice.